One missing envelope was all it took. Before the school day was over, rumors had spread through every hallway, and a failing student had already become the prime suspect.
Before they became Harbor Point's most famous young detectives, they were simply 5 students living very different lives. They didn't know each other well, they weren't a team, and none of them expected a missing folder to change everything. Harbor Point High School was preparing for final exams. Teachers were busy, students were nervous, and Principal Harris was already dealing with enough stress for 1 week.
What do you mean it's gone?
I've checked every cabinet twice. The answer key isn't here.
The missing folder contained the master answer key for an important history exam. Without it, hundreds of exams could not be graded.
Nobody leaves this office until we figure out what happened.
News traveled fast. Within an hour, rumors were spreading through the entire school.
I heard somebody stole it.
Seriously?
That's what everyone is saying.
Among the students hearing those rumors was Maya Sharma, a criminal justice student with a sharp eye for detail and a habit of questioning assumptions. While most students were busy spreading theories, Maya was already looking for evidence.
Everyone keeps saying it was stolen, but nobody knows that for sure.
Unlike most students, Maya wasn't interested in gossip. She wanted facts.
If nobody knows what happened, somebody should find out.
That decision would change her life. Meanwhile, Ethan Brooks was spending lunch exactly where he usually spent lunch, the computer lab.
Come on, there has to be a backup recording somewhere.
Ethan loved solving problems, especially the kind hidden inside computers.
You're Ethan, right?
Depends who's asking.
I heard you're good with security systems.
That's a very polite way of saying I'm a nerd.
Can you help me?
Help you do what?
Figure out what happened to the answer key.
Across campus, Marcus Reed was conducting an investigation of his own.
So what have you heard?
Everybody thinks Caleb took it.
Why Caleb?
Because he's failing history.
Marcus frowned. That wasn't evidence. That was a rumor.
People really need to stop treating guesses like facts.
Not far away, another student was quietly noticing something nobody else had noticed. Zoe Kim rarely spoke unless she had something important to say, but she observed everything.
That's strange.
At first glance, it seemed like a small detail, but small details often matter the most.
What did you find?
The cleaning schedule. It's wrong.
Wrong how?
The date doesn't match. Somebody moved this notice after it was posted.
The others stared at the schedule. None of them had noticed the mistake. Zoe had.
Wait, if she's right, then the timeline everyone's using is wrong.
Meaning the answer key could have disappeared earlier than we thought.
For the first time, the investigation began moving in a new direction.
And that means Caleb probably couldn't have taken it.
Meanwhile, Liv made a discovery of her own.
Guys, come look at this.
Behind the stadium bleachers, Liv had found a folder hidden beneath a loose wooden plank.
Please tell me that's not the answer key.
Sorry. Looks like paperwork.
Wait, let me see that.
Inside the folder was an old staff schedule. At first, it seemed completely unrelated.
So why would someone hide it?
Maybe they didn't. Maybe it was forgotten.
Then Maya noticed something. A single name, written on both documents.
The substitute teacher.
You think they took it?
No, I think they misplaced it.
The theory sounded simple, almost too simple, but the evidence finally fit.
Only one way to find out. Let's ask.
The pieces were finally starting to fit together, but before they could celebrate, they needed answers. For hours, everyone had assumed someone had stolen the answer key. Now, Maya was beginning to wonder if the truth was much simpler.
You really think this was all a mistake?
Maybe, but let's hear his side before we decide anything.
The faculty offices were almost empty by now. Only a handful of teachers remained.
If this solves the case, I'm buying everyone milkshakes.
I'm holding you to that.
A few moments later, they reached the substitute teacher's classroom. Inside, the teacher was sorting through paperwork, completely unaware that 5 students were about to ask him a very important question.
Excuse me, Mr. Walker, can we ask you something?
The answer key? Oh no, don't tell me that's what's missing.
You know where it is?
I might.
A few minutes later, the mystery finally came to an end.
Here, I accidentally filed it inside the storage records. I thought I put it back.
You've got to be kidding me.
Nobody had stolen the answer key. Nobody had cheated. And an innocent student had almost been blamed for nothing.
So everybody can stop accusing me now?
I'll do my best. No promises.
The case was solved, but something more important had happened.
You know, that was actually fun.
Fun? We spent half the day digging through paperwork.
And we solved the mystery.
He's got a point.
We worked pretty well together.
Better than I expected.
That's because I carried the team.
Keep telling yourself that.
Actually, everyone contributed.
The group fell silent, because Zoe was right.
Maybe we should do this again sometime.
A detective club?
Now that sounds interesting.
Depends.
Depends on what?
The next mystery better be cooler.
Everyone laughed. For the first time, they felt like a team. None of them knew it yet, but Harbor Point was about to give them a much bigger challenge.
Guys, look at that.
Pinned to a bulletin board nearby was an old newspaper clipping. Most students walked past it without a second glance.
What's so interesting about it?
The headline.
Maya stepped closer.
The Harbor Point Championship Trophy returns home.
At the time, it seemed like nothing, just another piece of school history. But soon, that trophy would disappear, and the Harbor Point detectives would face their first real case.